Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and turn this around real quick. For those of y'all that don't know, I had to keep Tyler turned around basically in timeout for like the last few games because he wasn't having the best of series. But boy, tonight did we get a baby goat alert. Let's go. Sponsored by Santi Goated Gaming. Hey Tyler, are you better than James Harden?
Yeah.
Is DeAndre Jordan still an NBA player?
No.
Now, I was never one of those people that wanted to trade Tyler Herro for James Harden, and I hope y'all weren't either. And you see why tonight. In 29 minutes off the bench, Tyler Herro had 25.7 assists on 9 of 17 shooting, 4 of 6 from 3, and 0 turnovers. You know how difficult that is to have the ball in your hands that much at such a young age and have 0 turnovers. And on the other hand, MVP caliber James Harden as the #1 option on his team, 16 points, 5 assists on 5 of 13 shooting and 5 turnovers. He is not a big time performer. I never liked the man, and thank God he is not on the Heat. He is not Heat culture. But you know who is Heat culture? The definition of Heat culture, PJ Tucker, 10.7 rebounds. Gabe Vincent, 10.3 rebounds, 3 assists. He was amazing, although I see here that he shot 4 of 12 and 1 of 7 from 3, which is pretty terrible. Didn't realize Gabe Vincent shot that bad. It's actually funny because going into the game, it's been pretty well documented how Gabe Vincent is like a Hall of Fame random scrub 76er killer. And the first possession of the game was a Gabe Vincent mid-range jump shot. I started dying laughing. I thought we was gonna get another big Gabe game. Now, we didn't really offensively, but the defense was amazing as always, so shout out to him as well. But really, going into this series, there was 2 things all Heat fans wanted to see. We wanted to see a bounce back performance from Tyler Herro, which of course we already got, and a bounce back series from Bam Adebayo, who was the best player on the court tonight for both teams. He finished tonight with 24 points and 12 rebounds on 8 of 10 shooting. He was incredible tonight. He was so dominant and aggressive from the start. No matter who they put on him, they could not guard him. Doc Rivers tried playing DeAndre Jordan, who is a complete bum. I don't know why Doc Rivers sat him in the game at all. You know what? I do know why Doc Rivers sat him in the game, because Doc Rivers is a huge bum, most overrated coach in NBA history. He completely sucks, and no matter what he tried tonight, frankly, did not work. Miami's just so overmatched against Philly. And for the Philly fans watching this, before you get mad at me, let me just say, yes, y'all missing your best player. Yes, this would be a different series if Embiid was playing. Of course, he's an MVP caliber player. But I'm not going to keep talking about that. I'm not going to keep bringing it up because you just got to deal with what's in front of you. Next man up mentality. I know we preach that over here. Spoelstra preaches that. I don't know about Doc. No, you know what? I know Doc Rivers does it. All he does is make excuses because, like I said, he is a complete bum, and I will definitely be preaching that all series. But I do hope Joel Embiid gets better soon because, 1, as a competitor, you do want to play your opponent at full strength, and 2, you know, he's just human, so I don't want to see him hurt, and I'm glad to see a lot of Heat Nation, you know, wants to see him get better too. And boy, does Philly need it because DeAndre Jordan completely sucks. He was a -14 in the first half, and Grant Hill came into the second half saying, oh, DeAndre Jordan had a good first half. I don't know what he was watching. Grant Hill, great player, terrible commentator. You know, that's the one thing that sucks about the first round ending so early is we didn't get that much of my guys, you know, Jason Jackson and E. Reed and my boy John Crotty, but they'll be back next year. I do miss my guys because the national media sucks. Speaking of guys that suck, DeAndre Jordan, just because I can't say enough how much he sucks. Also, Paul Reed was pretty bad tonight. I actually don't know much about him. It seems that Philly fans are pretty high on him, but I know he was in foul trouble tonight. Let's see. Paul Reed, he played 13 minutes, had 4 points, 9 boards, and 5 fouls. That is a lot of fouls in 13 minutes. Not as much as Dewayne Dedmon, though, who, by the way, also had 5 fouls in 4 minutes. Now, he wasn't getting a lot of calls. That towards the end, he just started hacking dudes because he knew he was going to get the call anyway, so why not make them feel it? But not the best showing from Dewayne Dedmon tonight. Honestly, I didn't really even expect him to play this series as long as Embiid is out. And again, he only got 4 minutes tonight. Obviously, a lot of that's because of foul trouble, but I'll be curious to see how much run he gets going forward. But getting a little bit into the actual game, the Heat came out the gate strong, had a very sloppy second quarter, too many turnovers, and that had Philly up by 1 at halftime. But then Miami turned up in the second half like we saw them do virtually every single game in the first round, and they only had 1 turnover in the second half. I think they technically had 2 because Tyler had that shot clock violation with like 10 seconds to go, but really 1 turnover in the second half, which is just awesome. Now, there was bad shooting both ways tonight. Philly was only 18% and Miami was not that much better at 25% from 3. Jimmy Butler specifically for Miami also had a pretty rough offensive game. He was only 5 of 16, but the great news is he was able to rest the entire fourth quarter, and that's going to be huge as this series plays on. Even being able to pick up a couple wins with Kyle Lowry to get in a rest that hamstring is really huge too. So hopefully Lowry can come back. Sounds like he might miss the next game, but hopefully he can come back by the time we go to Philadelphia, which is his hometown. So maybe he got some friends and family he'll want to travel up and play the game. Going back to the second quarter though, I was pleasantly surprised when Victor Oladipo checked into the game before Duncan, because that was my kind of first indication that we would get what we all wanted, which was Duncan Robinson to not get any PT. I didn't actually think Spo was due it, but he was kind of a liability in the last 4 games of round 1. And Victor Oladipo was so awesome. You had to get a minute somewhere. You knew it was going to come from Duncan. Now, Vic wasn't great tonight. He played over 20 minutes, but he was only like 2 of 8 for 5 points. Didn't play great, but again, they didn't need him tonight. I'm sure he'll be good moving forward. And also, I personally got what I wanted, which was a lot of Caleb Martin minutes. He played 21 minutes as well. And Duncan didn't even play garbage time. And that says something. And again, I have to stress this every video in case Duncan does see these videos one day, which he actually did watch my one Debo video. Make sure y'all go check that out. He basically has his own cryptocurrency that I'm a part of. It's a really cool project. I got a whole video on it. Y'all can check that out. But point is, Duncan's my boy, but he should not be playing over Caleb Martin and Victor Oladipo. And of course, when Lowry comes back, maybe Caleb starts to not get any minutes and Lowry eats those up and maybe some of Vic's, but we'll see what happens when the time comes. And now a little more on Philly. There's a couple guys I want to talk about. Georges Niang, who I actually like a lot. He's great friends with Duncan Robinson. He's been on his podcast a few times. Really nice and genuine dude, so I do like him a lot. I thought he was going to kill the Heat this series just because he's a very good corner 3-point shooter, and the Heat's defense, you know, the way they play and focus on the superstar, they tend to leave a lot of corner 3s open. And Yang really didn't get a lot of good looks today. I mean, he had a couple that he usually would hit, but he finished 0-7 from 3, so not a factor tonight. We always gonna have some PTSD from Danny Green, but he didn't do much tonight either. He only had 5 points. Tyrese Maxey was the guy that I was worried most in this series. I think he's the second best player on that team, because if I haven't made my feelings clear, I think James Harden sucks. I think he's a bum. I think he's always sucked. But I think Tyrese Maxey is a very great player. He was okay tonight, had a very strong first half, slowed down in the second half a little bit, but he's so quick, man. He was even able to blow by Gabe Vincent a couple times, which you do not see often. But Maxey tonight only finished with 19 points on 6 of 15 shooting. Not a terrible game, but he was 1 of 6 from 3. I think he'll have some better games moving forward, but as a young kid, it is going to be hard for him to be a #1 option on a team right now. Other than Maxey, there was really only one other guy on this team that scared me. It was Furkan Korkmaz, solely because if there is going to be a random scrub Heat killer on the Sixers, it would be him, just because he's a good shooter. I know he killed us early this year, so did Shake Milton, but I just kind of felt like Korkmaz was the guy that could kill us. Now, he didn't get much run, but he did come in garbage time, played 9 minutes, and had a quick 9 points. So maybe he'll get some run moving forward. He does scare me a little bit, but of course, not enough to get Philly a bunch of wins or even a couple wins or 1 win, because I still got the Heat in 4. And the last thing I want to say about this game is DeAndre Jordan sucks. He was a -22. And again, Harris, I forgot to mention Tobias Harris, by the way. He was awesome tonight with 27 points on 11-18 shooting. But DeAndre Jordan was a -22, and both Maxey and Harris, who played very well tonight, were a -25. The difference is they were a -25 in 35 minutes. DeAndre Jordan was a -22 in 17 minutes. You know how bad you have to be a -22 in 17 minutes? He sucks. If Doc Rivers plays him another second, he's a bum. But y'all already know that. I'm not going to get started on Doc Rivers again. That's all I really got to say about this game, though. So it's time to shout out my favorite comment from the last video. This one is from my girl, Arlene VP, who says, with or without Embiid, Heat in 5. I like that. She knows the motto, Heat in 5, and she ain't scared. She said, bring on Embiid. It's Heat in 5 either way. It always has been. I just want to shout her out because she comments on all my videos, watches all my videos, and I do greatly appreciate the support from y'all. So if y'all want to be shouted out in next week's video, go ahead and comment down below. I'll pick the funniest comment, or if you got a score prediction, leave it down below. If it's close, I can shout you out as well. But I do genuinely appreciate the support, so I thank y'all so much for that. So make sure to subscribe below if you're a member of Heat Nation, because I want the numbers. I'm not gonna lie, I really do. And speaking of numbers, James Harden was 5 of 13 tonight. God, that is awful. He sucks. Anyways, the next game is on Tuesday, so hopefully I can come to y'all Wednesday with another video. Hopefully I'm still wearing this shirt too, because y'all know we wearing this shirt every single video until the Heat lose. But other than that, like the video if you liked it. Dislike the video if you think James Harden, Doc Rivers, or DeAndre Jordan are good, because clearly you won't like this video. So y'all can hit dislike. I already know you will. And hopefully I'll see y'all Wednesday with another video. But who knows, because you may never see me again. Y'all find it later or not. I'll see y'all later. Bye.
Pull up in your city tryna get that dead face. Do it on my own, I don't need no dead weight. Had to kill him off, yeah, I need a head space. You know this homegrown bitch don't offend me.